Welcome to the Supply Chain ConnectX webinar. We're glad you're here. The agenda for today is to give a little information about Epiphany, which is what powers ConnectX. Also go through the 5 pillars of procurement, and also would like to introduce our Supply Chain ConnectX, the newest module within ConnectX platform. So Epiphany has been around and been doing equipment management since 2002. We were on a previous platform, decided that we didn't like that one, and built our own, which is ConnectX. And the latest innovation allows you to pull your data from anywhere. This can be pretty much any system, and then manipulate it as far as adding, editing, whatever you need to do, and then pushing that data back to where it came from. Or say in the example of like timesheets and time entry, you could push your edited data to your payroll system. So it really gives you the power to do with your data what you need to do with it. We've got the supply chain, which is part of our 2nd generation full equipment management module that's already existing, and we're working on manufacturing and MRO. So those are underway. We'd like to actually introduce the idea of 5 pillars of procurement, and this is for supply chain. It gives the ability and really the power to take your procurement department to the next level. So what are those 5 pillars of procurement? The first one would be the cost. This is basically knowing what your vendors charge for the same item, knowing if there's a price break if you reach a certain level for those items. It gives you the power to make the right decision on the quantity that you need, which is why we say it's a cornerstone pillar in the procurement process. The next is availability. Getting a great price for something is awesome, but also knowing when can that item or items be delivered. This gives you the ability to order that knowing that you'll get it. Therefore, you can turn around, do your manufacturing or whatever you need to do and get it to your customers when you have said that you could get it. Next is compliance. We know that there are sometimes that there are vendors that need to be compliant, and even down to the item that a vendor manufactures that has to be compliant. Knowing what vendors are compliant and which items that they provide that are also compliant, say like a PMA certification, makes it so much easier and less time consuming to try to pull all that together when you can just filter by the compliance and know that you're making a good procurement decision. Next would be the quality. You can get it at a great price. You can get it when you need it. It could be compliant with what you need. However, we do know that there are some vendors that, while still getting compliance, may not provide the right quality for what you're looking for. Being able to use that as a way to do your procurement gives you the power of knowing that you're providing a good product. And finally, timeliness. Knowing that you can get the items when you need it, it's the quality you need, the compliance you need, everything just pulls together so that you can make the best decision on your procurement that you can. With that, we'd like to demonstrate how that works within our supply chain module for ConnectX. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Brenda Wanta, who will show you and give you an example in our system. Brenda?
Great. Thank you, Deborah. Okay, so from here, this is a quick look into our Supply Chain ConnectX. The first thing you can see is our dashboard that allows you to see things like what your unit inventory is like, what your uptime's like. It could be your delivery time, etc. And then I can come over here and I can take a look deeper into our supply chain procurement focus. So right here I see the list of all purchase requests that I have received. These could be for things such as a manufacturing work order where I need things to certain supplies in order to complete a manufacturing order. Perhaps I have a repair work order, and on that repair work order, I have certain components or maybe even sub-serialized materials that I need to have in order to fulfill this. And then I may go down to where I need something just like as normal as toilet paper that I want to get for my janitors so they can have all our bathrooms filled. So it could be for stock, it could be, for a specific area, and anyone in the company can add a new purchase request. Now that's great. So now everybody has asked the procurement team to go buy things for them. The procurement team now has to assemble all those things. One of the first challenges is if I have a purchase order for a mounting plate where this guy needs 4, I have another purchase order for this person and they need 1, and I have another one for here and this one needs 23 and this one needs 19. Most ERP systems will give these to you one at a time. If you're in a more expensive PR system, it will actually do this and put it all for you in one place and say, hey, you need to order 47. But some of the lower cost ERP systems won't do that. And that's our first challenge to overcome is how many do I need to order so I can get my best price point, my most delivery, and probably my highest quality from my vendors because I'm ordering in mass instead of 1 or 2 or 3 at a time. So now that I know how many I need to order, who do I want to order it from? Well, this immediately gave me every vendor I could order from. So I have all these choices of different vendors I could order from. Well, that's great. In this case, I'm repairing an engine, and this engine requires a really high quality vendor. So I'm not going to choose my lower quality vendors. I only want my top quality vendors. So now I'm left with these. Now I also want to say, well, for this particular one, I need to choose someone that has they're PMI certified. So I only want the ones that are PMI certified. Now I'm down to these 2 vendors. So these are the ones that I want to actually choose. So I'm going to choose whatever it is I need to choose here. And then I'm going to go ahead and choose the spice there. And then I can look at what I want to create my purchase order for. Oh, let's see. Actually, let me do one more thing. Let me see. I want to order my belt timing as well. So I'm going to order this. So I want to make sure I can order these guys, and I'm going to say, yep, let's go ahead and create my PO. And when I create my PO, I can see that before I create it, I can see what vendors there are. I can see how many there are, and I can see what the price is, and I can see when it's supposed to receive by, so I can update any of these if I need to. As if they call me and I call them, they say, oh, the price is different, delivery date, I can do all that. Whenever that's ready, I can save my PO. And now it's going to give me my final PO with my PO number. So I have my PO numbers here. And now I can send my purchase orders. And so it'll let me know that my purchase orders were sent. So that is a quick overview of some of the supply chain function, the procurement function for Supply Chain ConnectX. And while I'm here, I'm going to do one more quick thing. The other piece that you get is you get the ability to add your own records. So I can add my own records. I can add my own fields. This is a record that I've already added, and in this record, I already have all these fields here. If I wanted to add another field, I could come in here and give it a name. I could say what kind it is, and I could add a new field just like that. Then, if I wanted to change how it looked, I could come in here and edit my layout. I could say, well, I really want to see the calibration over here. I really want some space right here. And I want to see my customer further up, and I want to move them up here. So now I can save it, and now I've changed the layout of that form, and it was just that easy. So I can come over here, and I can go to my unit record, and I can change that very simply. And I can see, how it was, and now I can see what it looks like now with my changes to my unit record. So I can come in here and take a look. And so here I am with my name. My customer got moved up instead of being down here. So I have full capability of reorganizing that form and completely in the way that I want to. So with this is an overview of the platform. So our Supply Chain ConnectX is on our ConnectX platform. And what the platform does, it allows you to take data from any data source. It could be an ERP, or it could be other, like a WMS, a custom system, it could be any source of data. And you can push it through to ConnectX, and then it can hit and provide data for our supply chain, for the procurement side, It could do smart. You could see it on any device. You could see usage. You could do BI reporting on it. You can let other companies see it. Like the supply chain has the ability for vendors to see their purchase requests and purchase orders. So you can have that data from many sources, push it to ConnectX, have ConnectX consolidate and clean and line that data up. So you can now present it across many different areas in many different ways, including business intelligence reporting. And you could push it back down. So if you had a purchase order and you went to a warehouse management system, you need to receive it, then you needed to push all that back to your ERP from ConnectX. We could do all of that. So these are data that can go up into ConnectX and come back out to ConnectX. ConnectX being the holder of multiple sources of data, making it clean and easy to follow, easy to report on, easy to use and consume.
Do we have any questions?
We got a couple of questions here. The first one, is there a feature in the system that allows user to view all the data by individual vendors?
Yes, you can do that. So when the screen where we're there before, there's a button there where it allows you to see the vendor, and you can choose it by vendor and see all the items that are available that are wanted to be ordered by a particular vendor.
All right, thank you. Question number 2. Does your platform offer any integrations with other systems or software?
Yeah, we're already integrated QuickBooks and some other ERPs, and we can definitely, anything that allows us to access their data, we can integrate to it.
All right, thank you so much. And the last question, can you walk me through the process of creating purchase requests within your ConnectX?
Yeah, creating a purchase request is pretty simple. Give me just 1 second. I'll give you a quick look at that. So now I'm here and I want to do a purchase request. So I can come in here and say I want to do a purchase request, and I can add new here. And so now I can see here, I can just put in my date, and I can say I need to order 20 mops. Need to order mops, and then I can say it's just a regular priority. It's not particularly high. I can say where I want it to go, that it's requested. It can default to my name. I can choose the department that it's for, and then I can just say how many that I want, and I can say I want 20, and then I can choose my item, or I can just say mops. So maybe it's more of a consumable and it's not really an item. I just need a description, and I can say I need it by, I'm not really in a big hurry. I just need it sometime in the next month or so, and then I can save it, and then I'm done, and that's pretty much it. I've got my purchase request. Okay. All right. So any other questions?
That's all the questions we have here.
Okay.
With that, we want to thank you guys for attending the webinar. And again, you can reach us at epiphanyinc.net or ConnectX Solution. And we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.